So I'm loving the new content. Cenarius is such a fun leader. The Cenarian troops are so cool, and I want to take them into more difficult content. So you know what that means? It's dungeon time. And today, we're going to go into Gnomeregan and do a big guide on how to take Cenarius through this dungeon. Hello, I'm Rich Slayton. This is Slayton Mobile Gaming. We're going to do a Cenarius run today and talk about how to attack this dungeon the best way. Before we get started, huge thanks to Warcraft Rumble for sponsoring today's video. Really appreciate the support. Download the game in the link below, and you can enjoy this game just as much as I have been. Let's go ahead and jump in to our attempt at this dungeon, how we're going to go piece by piece to break it apart. Some big key things that have happened since my last video. First, big one for Cenarius, I got his best trait, or his best ability, the Force of Nature, where he summons treants, summons more troops when rooted creatures die. That's going to be huge for us, especially when combined with the other upgrade I just got the talent for Earth and Moon. The most important one, Starfall, lasts 25% longer. This is absolutely huge with Moon Fury, makes us hit so much harder. We're going to combine these two to get some big pushes in the opposite direction. Very pumped for that. Here's the build for this one. I am trying to still complete some of the Cenarian Festival events, so we have a Moonkin in there, both for some single target and some multi-target, some AoE DPS will be super fun. We want a tank for some of the specific content. I'll show you more on that later. So we're going to have two different tanking options. One more traditional here with our Stonehoof Tauren, and then we're going to have a mobile tank with the Quillbore. We do want a little unbound action to attack some of this that we're going for in this event. And then finally, Harpies, generally good DPS, and for some range DPS on thicker troops, the Witch Doctor. That's going to round out our group. Let's go ahead and jump into the dungeon. So Gnomeregan is one of the most difficult dungeons. I'm going to show you a little bit more about it in a moment. Let's first take a look at our traits. When you get a leader to Skeletal Mages, actually not a bad one here. Tainted Power Core. As enemies near your towers and meeting stones are poisoned every 3 seconds. That will help us with some mid-game control. And I've never really liked this, and we're also not going to... We're actually going to be having some swarmy troops here. I don't love Bloodshot Greaves. I'm going to go ahead... do I want to control, or do I want to get Skeletal Mages? I'm going to go ahead, because of the second place that we're fighting, you'll see that in a minute, I'm going to go with Tainted Power Core, because of the second stage of this dungeon. So here we go, we're going to start in our first dungeon against Crowd Pummeler, whose attacks can knock your units overboard. So our flying troops are going to be very important here, because they get knocked back, but not knocked all the way off. Let's go ahead and jump in, look at the map for a second, and figure out how we're going to attack this thing. So yes, this robot wants us knocked. You can see all these different gaps here. This robot will knock us off. A couple things we want to do here. We want to take control of this meeting stone in the middle. Then we want to start attacking from both sides and avoiding the knockback, knocking all of our troops off. We're going to try to make sure we take control of this harm prevention belt, because if we don't, well, the opponent will take control of it. And we don't want that at all. So we're going to try to take control of that. So here's the idea. Control the middle, control this gold node, this gold vein. Make sure we're working from here and attack both sides. Let's get to it. So I'm going to start with Cenarius here. We're going to throw a Moonkin in this left-hand lane just for some control. And you see that knockback coming. Oh, they're going to get those chickens to that belt before I will, which is okay. I'm going to go ahead and do a little work here and throw some Harpies into that. And look at that. The treants already coming out. And that's a huge amount of treants going the opposite direction. We'll throw a little Quillbore right here. And I'm going to send one tank up to the left-hand side to take that belt of protection. So now we have our control here. That knockback is a problem, but notice the treants are taking the brunt of it right now. I'm going to go ahead and send my range DPS to the right-hand side. And our range attacks are still doing okay. I'm going to start Cenarius in the back. And then throw some Harpies there. I don't want you to control that gold vein. I will instead take the gold vein. And I think I can... no, I need to Quillbore these just to poison them off. I was going to almost ignore those chickens, but I realized that would have been a bad idea. So we're going to slow down here just a little bit. I'm going to send a Tauren to the left-hand side. And I'm waiting for him to summon here. There we go. There he goes, a little summoning. Those will turn into treants. Doesn't matter. Got it done either way. Control the middle, attack the sides, get the win. Let's go. All right, so we finish with the Crowd Pummeler. Nice work. And now we're going to move on to, in a moment here, the most difficult part of any dungeon anywhere in the game. But first, let's look at our relics. So we have some Prospector's Mitts. Get a little extra gold here. We're not going to be controlling a lot of gold nodes on this one. Deploying later gets a shield to nearby allies. Absorbing one attack. That actually might be really helpful for us. And then tanks gain a taunt ability. We have 2 tanks, and taunt actually could be useful here to try to control the boss and the troops around him. Let's go ahead and... We have some squishy troops. Divine Parchment or Captain's Helm? Let's go ahead and go with some Divine Parchment here. A little more survivability is nice. The Electrocutioner 6000. Okay, so this boss is certainly annoying. We have to do 2 things here. First, we need to get to the boss, which is actually kind of hard on this map because you have these 2 rocket towers on the side, which are going to do a lot of work against us because they will be able to get everything we throw at them. Plus, they're kind of protected by this little, like, you see this fog down here. And then we have to actually attack the boss here, who has this cone of attack. So we need to turn the boss away from the rest of our DPS troops using those tanks. So that's going to be our game plan. We're going to attack the left-hand side first so we can control this gold vein. Once we get that down, we'll attack the right-hand side, make sure you maintain control on both of these rocket towers, and then right up the middle, we'll get that, and hopefully we can be off to the races from that point forward. Let's go! All right. So I'm going to start with a Moonkin here. And split some Harpies. And I'm going to send this guy right up the middle to maintain this fight, but then also hopefully to help distract for my next set of range troops. That's going to go down. Let's go ahead and put you here. And that guy's going to stay up a little bit longer. Oh, but good defense there. Not able to get to that rocket. All right, so we're going to once again try to distract down the middle. But Cenarius with his healing. Actually, we'll go Cenarius up the lane. Because we are also going to be able to get some value out of those snares as that turns troops into treants. We're going to send our tank up the middle one more time. Those rockets shoot from so far. Trying to control this is so difficult. But right now I'm going to go for the gold vein. And then I'm going to actually send a little action right at that rocket, and hopefully I can distract from my Moonkin long enough to take it, which I think I can. That was great. That was absolutely perfect, what we needed. So now we're going to send Cenarius to the other lane with a Moonkin behind. And I have Starfall, but not really enough to do it. Not enough gold to do it. Let's go ahead and send a Tauren up the middle, because I am taking that right-hand tower. And now those towers are going to poison in my favor. Love that. And now we have to get some DPS on the outside and away from the boss, from his face. But we've got the boss nice well covered, and boom. There we go. Attack the left, attack the right, go up the middle, kill the boss. GG, well played. So we've pretty much beat the dungeon at this point, because you'll see in a moment the third stage is actually one of the easiest ones for us to do. It's just us sending some bombs in. You'll see in a moment. Let's go ahead and pick our ability for the last one. Elemental minis, shock attacks with melee range damaging them, maybe. Deploying a Cenarian mini also summons 2 treants at your base. We have a lot of Cenarians in here, and flying minis evade the first attack against them. That's actually kind of useful. Elementals, shock attackers within melee range. deploying... You know what? I think summoning 2 treants is actually really helpful because now we can start to flood... You'll see. You know what? You'll see. We're going to flood the board a little bit against Mech Engineer Thermoplug. This is a fight you might have done before where we have to, you'll see, take down this shield by working on these little bulbs that pop up on the right and left-hand side, the amp switches. Once we claim them using someone on the ground, then they send a bomb to the opposing side. We want to claim them more than Thermoplug does, and so those extra treants on the board every time we summon a mini from the Cenarian faction will be helpful in controlling those sides. So let's go ahead and just get it done. I'm going to go ahead and control one of them right now, and I'm going to go ahead and get Cenarius on the board and get those treants out there. Let's get some gold mining going. I think this is gonna be really, really good for us. This is one of the easiest encounters in the game for sure, but I also just don't see this encounter. I think that because of the treants clogging things up, it's gonna be really annoying for the other side. Let me go ahead and Starfall those just for the lulz. And then you see the treants already working on the right-hand side. That Starfall still lasting because of the extra 25%. It's so long. It almost hit the next troops that spawn. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. You can see, look at this guy working on the left-hand side. That's great. Let's get some more of those out there. I'll get control of some more gold nodes. Gold veins. Oh, look at these. Boom. Going to work. Thank you, tiny trees. Call me a tree hugger from now on, because these tiny trees are killing it for us. As if this fight wasn't easy enough, adding in summoning treants every single time you do anything is so OP. What a great ability. Oh, that was annoying. Didn't need to do that. And you can see they're still just... Look at this. Just still working on the left-hand side. Little fellas helping out. We are almost done with the fight. I'll go ahead and put a little something on the left-hand side. Let's go ahead and hit that. Ooh, I think they got it, actually. Oh, they did! Awkward. I'm going to go ahead and actually snare him. Slow him down a little bit. And there we go. Stopped him from taking that. Send you here. Look, so no matter how much they're controlling, I'm still getting all of these from my free treants. Let's get some more out there. Let's get Cenarius out there one more time. And I'm just not even kind of worried here. This is over. This is GG's. This is GG's. Can I Starfall to finish? I can't. I can! Let's go! All done. That was easy. That was so easy. And taking that ability to clog the lanes and take control of all the arc protectors and throw the bombs in, that was it. That's what's up. This was super easy. That's how easy this one can be. And now we get to go and we get to upgrade our very, very cool Cenarius. Let's upgrade Cenarius. Easy for me. I'll go ahead and confirm one of the Cenarian upgrades. Perfect. And I'll confirm my other... Ooh, do I want some squad on here? A little squad is always helpful, but let's just go ahead and upgrade the Cenarian troops some more. And then finally, yeah, we'll add some leader upgrade. Really easy. Super easy. And now that's 3 bonus levels to troops that we've added, to our minis that we've added by completing this dungeon. Finish it up. Absolutely love it. I'm going to go ahead and go run it again and get even more upgrades for my Cenarius. That's how you get it done. I hope you've enjoyed this guide. Big thanks, of course, to Warcraft Rumble for sponsoring this video. Please make sure to like and subscribe to this video and download Warcraft Rumble in the link below. That's it for me. That's been Slayton Mobile Gaming. As always, be excellent to each other. Party on, dude. Peace!